This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social. Delighted to be joined here today by Ronnie Davies. We're at the James DeGale-Eubank Jr announcement press conference. How are you, Ronnie?
How you doing? You alright?
I'm not bad, not bad. Happy New Year.
Well, and to you.
So, we're here again. Another big fight for Chris Eubank Jr. He's taking on James DeGale. Tell me a little bit about the fight.
Well, looking forward to it. It's going to be a hard one. I think it's an even one. Let's see how it goes.
Last time I spoke to you was in Manchester in I think it was February, March time for the George Groves Chris Eubank Jr fight. I've not spoken to you since, so now you've had a little bit of time to reflect on that fight. What did you make of the fight?
I don't think Eubank's performed on the night. I mean, he's got a beautiful jab which he didn't use. He's very clever. He didn't work his way. He just marched forward. He seemed to just want to knock him out. I don't know if he was too hyped up or what it was, but he didn't box. Didn't box how he should have boxed.
That's something that's kind of followed Chris around throughout his career, his kind of willingness or insistence on doing things by himself. He just revealed in the press conference that he's got a new trainer, Nate Vasquez.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about him. He seems a nice fella. He's quite knowledgeable for a young bloke, you know. He hasn't got my experience, obviously, but I mean, I can't do pad work. I haven't done pad work for 15 years. I can't give him the ground work. I've just had a knee replacement and I've got back problems, so I've got to step away a bit on that side of it. I don't like to, but I've got to do it. I'm 73 in mate. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and the injuries have caught up, and still feeling good. I still oversee everything. I still do my job. I bring the sparring partners in, sort all the medicals out, I do everything for him, you know.
With Chris going with Nate Vasquez, who's somebody I'm not overly familiar with, as I understand he's based out of Las Vegas. Was that a decision purely made on Chris's behalf, or was there a team meeting? Was there a discussion after the George Groves fight where it was quite clear that some changes needed to be made?
No, I only knew a few weeks ago that he was bringing them over, and I just said, yeah, fair enough, just go along with the flow. That's all you can do with Eubanks. He'd do his own thing no matter what. So,
do you think that, even though you've just said he'll do his own thing no matter what, do you see kind of him bringing in a new trainer as kind of irrelevant, or will it kind of depend on how they gel in the gym?
He seems to be gelling with him in the gym. He seems to be working well, but we'll see on the night. You know what I mean? You've got to remember he's had 28, 29 fights doing his own thing, and just to bring someone in now, I hope it's all right. I hope it'll be the right thing. The way he's looking good. That's all I can say.
Now, before the last fight, I think it was something that you said to me that he was one of the best fighters that you'd dealt with in the gym, somebody you'd never seen people do the stuff that he had done. Given the performance against George Groves, is he potentially not as good as you were expecting, or maybe not the fighter that you thought he was?
No, I still think he's got it there, I mean, but he just didn't do it on the night. It's as simple as that. He didn't perform. He knows that.
What do you make of James DeGale as an opponent? He's somebody who's been around the block. A lot of people are saying that James has potentially passed his best. Do you see it that way?
It could be, but then again, you don't know, do you? I quite honestly thought George Groves has passed his best, but he wasn't. So there's a lesson to be learned from that, you know.
Has there been any change in Chris's demeanour since he took the loss to George Groves? Obviously a heavily hyped fight, there was a lot of eyes on that fight, didn't perform as you say. Has there been any change in his mindset, his demeanour at all, or is he still very much the same person?
Very much the same person, nothing changes him.
Do you think that's going to work for him or against him?
It'll work for him. It'll work for him. He dismisses anything like that and just comes back. He was back in the gym 2 days after the fight, which he shouldn't have been, but he was.
Let's just talk a bit about that, because he's kind of famous, Chris, for this no days off. I mean, you're somebody who's been around the sport for a number of years. I'm sure you've just mentioned it there. You see the value in having time away. Is that something that you think you'll be advising him, probably not ahead of this camp because the fight is so close, but do you think that's something he does need to look at and revisit?
I think so, but he won't. I mean, I'd like to see him. Everyone has to rejuvenate. You know, everyone has to take a break. You've got to learn. His father always says you've got to learn how to rest. You've got to learn. You've got to bring in. I mean, sometimes I remember years ago, if a boxer peaked too early, you send him home. Take 3 days out of the gym. But I don't believe in that. But that's an American thing, isn't it? They just train, which I don't agree with, but it's up to them.
You've just mentioned Chris Eubank Sr. He's somebody who you have an extensive history with, worked with him as a fighter, and now you're working with him alongside Chris Eubank Jr. He's not here today. Where is he?
He's in Dubai on business in Dubai.
I think we missed him. I think everybody was quite looking forward to seeing you turning up.
Well, you never know what he's going to come out with. That's why he's still unpredictable, and he's still a great character.
How, if at all, do you think the dynamic will shift with another person coming into the group? We've obviously got yourself, you've got DeGale-Eubank Jr, you've now got a new trainer, something that happened in the past with Adam Booth. Do you see there being any issues with Senior, with yourself, with this new trainer kind of coming together for this fight?
No, we're all I've been in this business 61 years, I've trained a lot of champions. So I'm very laid back, and I just let things flow. And if they don't fly, as to say, I should give my opinion. If they don't want to take it out, so it's up to them.
Where does the winner of this fight stand in the division? We're obviously just seeing Callum Smith defeat George Groves. We've got his Kata guy, Gilberto Ramirez. Does the winner of this fight where do you see them at the winner of this fight being?
Well, with any of them, they can go with any of them, can't they? You know, they've got the choice.
And finally, where do you see the loser? James DeGale mentioned the fact that he thought this was a retirement fight. It should be billed as a retirement fight. The loser should retire. Do you agree with that?
No, if you said that to fighters years ago, people won and lost, didn't they? That was it, and you rebuilt yourself back up. You go back to the likes of Archie Moore, they lost fights, they still come back. You know.
Okay, well, Ronnie Davies, always a pleasure to catch up with you. Glad to see you looking so well in this new year. Didn't threaten to beat me up in this interview, which is always great. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks for that.
Cheers, Ronnie. Nice one.